The look and feel of a school as soon as somebody comes into the place, whether it be students, staff, employees, gives that first impression, and it reflects the standards that we try and promote throughout the whole school. So having an extremely clean school is absolutely vital for us.
Our primary school sets its store by very, very high standards, and for me that also goes for the environment, and that's the learning environment, indoor and out. So as much as I would expect the cleaners to be tip-top, so I would my premises management, so that the whole school effect, when you walk in through the gate, that this is a school which is cared for, loved, well led, well managed, the children respect the environment, and it's respected by everybody, staff, parents, children.
As this is the flagship building for the Royal Borough of Greenwich, business customers, the public and staff turning up to this building, we expect them to get a good impression. So they walk in, they think, wow, it's a great building, it's clean, it's well kept. It's the first impression that people get when they come to visit Royal Borough of Greenwich, and it has to be a good one.
GS Plus Cleaning Services have a long track record providing high quality cleaning services for the public sector.
Been over 30 years experience within cleaning for the public sector. The organisation has its heritage within public services. The company is now a private company, but its principal shareholder and only shareholder is still the Royal Borough of Greenwich. We operate along the lines of a mutual whereby we give outstanding values to the customers in terms of quality, service and price.
With this background in the public sector, GS Plus maintains an ethos of providing high quality service but within a streamlined and efficient commercial company structure.
We have a very shallow management hierarchy. The directors of the organisation are available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We have a superb senior management structure where those people will actually are contactable at a moment's notice.
I'm very fortunate in having Julie as our supervisor. I know that I can ring Julie any time of the day and Julie will get back to me. I can say, Julie, pop down. So it is very, very seamless. You don't feel that if there's an issue, you've got to wait a week before it's passed on through a call centre and somebody gets back to you. It's there. Although I know I can contact Julie if there are issues with the cleaners, it's just as likely if we do need to have a discussion that I can talk to the cleaners one-to-one as well as bringing Julie in. But certainly for somebody like Cindy, who's worked with us for years and years and years, you know, she's very much a valued member of staff.
I've been here for 12 years, I'm quite happy. It's a long time if you don't like a job.
We've got over 300 cleaning operatives, and if you look at the duration of those cleaners that have been working for us, they've been working for us for a considerable amount of time. And people will only stay with an organisation if they think that they're being treated fairly.
GS Plus Cleaning recognises that our greatest asset is our workforce, and we ensure that their working conditions, rates of pay and other benefits remain in line with those of the public sector. The value we place on a loyal workforce brings real benefits to our clients.
Our customers don't want to be seeing different people daily. They want consistency in terms of who's cleaning their school or who's cleaning their corporate building. So relationships are built up, and what we don't want to do is actually keep changing people around, so those relationships have to be re-established all the time.
Obviously you want people that are hard working and have high standards. At the same time though, you want people that can actually fit into your organisation and see themselves as part of the school rather than working for a separate company, and that's certainly what we've got here.
It's also important that our workforce is well trained and fully up to date with current industry practice.
When they first start, everybody's inducted and they go all through legal things like the COSH, risk assessments, mixing different chemicals which can be quite dangerous, go through all their colour-coded training because of the cross-infection, sharps training because you do get hypodermic needles. For health and safety, all our staff are trained on a regular basis. We have our own health and safety officers. We have policies for our chemicals and machinery. In schools and borough buildings, everything has to be locked up. That's the law. When it comes to chemicals, we like to look to see what ones that we can use that are environmentally friendly, which are the better ones to do the job. The days of just using a mop and bucket now have gone, so now they need to know how to use machines, And there's always new equipment coming out, so we have to keep them trained on a regular basis. It's quite intense. They have to be much more skilled.
This emphasis on maintaining a high quality, well-trained and loyal workforce pays off when it comes to results.
Woolwich Polytechnic is a school. It's a large site. It's a complex site in terms of cleaning. We've got the canteen, we've got the corridor areas, we've got the science labs, the DT workshops, the library area, the computer rooms. They're all very different types of space. Some areas get much dirtier and messier than others. And there's also a lot of open space, which even when it's not being used as such, provides a really important visual backdrop to the school. So even if an area is not in direct use, it still needs to look pristine, and GS Plus always does that for us, always. Our school building itself is not as young as it looks, but fortunately the way the building is kept means that many visitors think it's only been built in recent years, when actually it's a building that goes back to the 1970s. But the building itself still looks modern, clean, the standards look high. It reflects what we're about as a school.
It's a very big building. It's very heavily used. There's about 2,000 people in it. We have lots of kitchens as well. There's a lot of public use as well. So the team come in at 5 in the morning, clean from 5 till 7. And by 9 o'clock sometimes it's not obvious the place has been cleaned. So we do have a housekeeping facility on each floor. We do demand high standards, but we do have a team approach. So it's a good, mature working relationship.
And this team approach means that we are always there for our clients, not just for the daily routine, but also to deal with the unexpected.
Within cleaning, we also have an emergency response team that is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year for those issues that nobody plans for, but unfortunately they come around. An example of that would be within the Royal Borough of Greenwich new headquarters in Woolwich. There was a major flood several weeks ago, but because we had the team on standby, the problems were resolved within a very short period of time, and it enabled the Royal Borough of Greenwich to actually be up and running immediately.
Quite often things happen in the building that we don't expect. It may be a late meeting, it may be a need to have a particular area cleaned, there could be a VIP coming and we need to make sure everything's spick and span. And we expect our cleaners to respond to that challenge, and they do.
Over the summer period, we had a last-minute, almost unannounced visit by the Secretary of State for Education, Michael Gove. Came to visit the school. We had about half a day's notice and we needed the school looking pristine, and GS Plus rose to the challenge superbly.
At Thamesmead, we've always had an absolutely excellent service, and that's been my top priority, is that my cleaners are brilliant. And that's the top job. It's like having brilliant teachers. I want brilliant cleaners to get the job done.
We've never had any difficulties working with GS Plus, and they're so flexible to our needs, and we've got such a strong working relationship that it's almost as if they're just another part of the school.